what's going on everybody? It's your boy Hideous Thoughts here, and in today's video we're going to be going through some of the patch notes for last night's update we had overnight, where they've added in some new features into the game and new events and things like this. Now the way that this is going to work, guys, is I've broken this down into a few different videos. The reason for that is because there's like 12 or 13 pages of information to get through, and I wanted to try and like get you guys as much information as possible, but not make you sit here for 6 freaking years watching videos. Basically just wanted to keep it short and sweet, break it down into like the sections that are relatable, and then do the rest separately, just so that you guys can make it, just to make your guys' life a little bit easier. I spent a lot of time trying to work out how I was going to do all this and how I was going to figure it, like just get you guys the information. I feel like this is the best way to do it. So it's going to be a 3-part video, guys. Basically what we're going to be covering in this video is we're going to be covering the patch notes that revolve around Atoraxxion and the release of the second part of Atoraxxion. We're also going to be covering the character changes and anything else that's been added to the game. We're also going to cover in this video the events related to Atoraxxion as well. So you guys are going to be able to see that. In the next video, you guys are going to be able to see all the information regarding Season Plus that has been added into the game. Season Plus starts today, and all the events related to Season Plus as well. So you guys, make sure you check that out as well, so that you're up to date on all of the events. And in the third video, there's a lot of new events that have come out in regards to Halloween. So we're going to be covering a lot of the events and the the Pearl Shop updates in the last video as well. So you guys, make sure that you guys check all that out, so you're up to date on all of the events, so you don't miss out on any of the cool rewards that are in the game right now. So now that we've got that out of the way, make sure you like the videos, subscribe to the channel, guys, if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the bell button so you get updated when future videos go live. You don't want to miss any important information. I'm always covering updates that are on things that have been added to the game, so you guys will want to make sure that you don't miss out on any of that. But guys, enough of my rambling. Let's get into the videos. Alright guys, so here we go with the patch notes, and as I said before, there is a lot of information to get through. So the first half of these patch notes is literally all just related to season. We're going to cover all this in another video. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep skipping through all the way down to the part about Atoraxxion. So as you guys, as I said before, the second part of Atoraxxion has been added into the game. This is called Sycrakea, and Sycrakea is the underwater biome that's the part of the Atoraxxion dungeons, right? And the Atoraxxion dungeons are the multiplayer co-op dungeons that have been added into Black Desert. So guys, what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm just going to play a video that's going to be like an introduction, that's going to show you like a teaser of what this dungeon's all about. Let's check it out. Okay guys, now one thing they did mention in the stream update was that the season server Atoraxxion dungeon was not added at this time, and it says right here it's going to be added at a later date. So we're going to be able to, by the sounds of this, we're still going to be able to do Atoraxxion on season servers, just not right now. Probably in the next update or something, I'd say they're working on that. Okay, so what you want to do is when you're entering, you want to select the second option right here. That's the Sycrakea one. The first one here is for Valmakia. That's the first one. One thing that you guys need to know as well is you don't need to have completed the first one to enter the second one. All you need to have done is just do that quest here, Talibre's Tier, so that you have the knowledge to use the Soul Magia inside the Ancient Stone Chamber. That's all you need to do. Once you get inside the dungeon, if you are inside Sycrakea, you can actually enter into Valmakia through Sycrakea, so that you guys don't have to exit out and then go back into the first one, and vice versa. You can go backwards and forwards between the two of them. Something for you guys to know. So basically what they've done, guys, is like, this is just explaining to you that they've added in the main quest line for and knowledge regarding Sycrakea, which is a person of interest inside the Atoraxxion dungeon. And yeah, so basically this is like some images here of the challenges that you need to do, the puzzles that you need to work with your team to get inside the dungeon, right? So same as the first one, it's all co-op stuff, so you guys need to work together to complete these puzzles. So this is the next puzzle as well right here you guys are going to need to do. And then of course you've got, this is called Sycrakea's Throat. Bunch of laser beams, is going to kill you if you touch it. Don't touch it. You guys are going to have to figure out how to get past the laser beams. And then you've got a bunch of things that you need to collect along the way in order to progress through the dungeon. So essentially they've created like a, like a roadmap here that tells you how you do it. So basically in Sycrakea's Scale, you're going to need to collect 4 of these Sycrakea's Frigid Scales. You're also going to need an Egg of Arid Epoch, and you're going to need Simple Alchemy. That's going to give you the Yolan Piece of Envy. Then what you're going to need to do as well in the grave is you're going to need 4 of the scales again. You're going to need 2 of the Epoch again. And you Simple Alchemy those. This is the Egg of Fearful Epoch, sorry. And you're going to need to use Simple Alchemy. That's going to give you the Yulon Piece of Cruelty. After that, you're going to be able to summon Sycrakea's Avarice, Barura. And you're going to kill him. You're going to be able to get the Tentacle off this dude. And then the Serpent is going to give you the Sycrakea's Burning Tentacle. So you're going to get the Arid and the Burning. Once you've got all 4 of those items, then you're going to combine them together, and it's going to give you the Contorted Tentacle right here. After that, you're going to be able to kill the next boss, which is Apocrius, and then he's going to give you the Yolan Dagger. And then once you've completed that and you've got that, then you can combine the Contorted Tentacle and the Dagger together, which is going to give you the Corrupted Dagger. All 5 of your teammates need to do this. You guys all need to work together. You all need these items. And then once you've all got the Corrupted Dagger, you're going to place them all in together. These all work out, like these are keys. So you put them in there. That's going to allow you to enter Sycrakea's Cradle, which is where you're going to fight the end boss, which is Centilutos. Right? So that's the end boss of the dungeon. So that's basically how you get through it all. Now, obviously, it's a little bit more complex than that. You've got to go through puzzles and all this sort of stuff. But that's basically a roadmap of how you guys get through all that. If you guys want to come back to these notes, I can link this in the description below so that you guys can come back, check it out, read it for yourself in a little bit more detail if you want to. So basically, a little bit of overview of each of those areas. So you've got Sycrakea's Scale, Sycrakea's Grave, Glare, Garden, and the Cradle. Each of the areas of the Sycrakea dungeon. Okay, and this is just an image here of the final boss, Maleficent Centilutos. Okay, there you go. Another one of the puzzles right here you guys are going to have to sort out. Once you get through, you're going to be able to grab yourself some of these Protea chests. Now, you can do this twice a week. So twice per family, these quest lines where you can grab these chests. The little bit of a twist here is that you can only do it once per week on a character. So you can do it twice per week per family, but you can only do it once a week on one character. So you're going to need to use a different character to do it the second time around to get the second chest. So yeah, it means you're going to have 2 characters geared, or you might be able to save it for a later date, do it on one character, and then maybe do it on your season character, like do it on your main and then do it on your season character when that comes in a couple of weeks, I'm going to assume. All right, guys, so there you go. Now, this is basically, they've just added in the knowledge, same as Valmakia. They've added in the knowledge. Same as the other one, learn 50 or more knowledge and you're going to get some rewards. This is going to give you a 70 stack and 1,000 contribution points and a title. And then 130 or more knowledge is going to give you 130 stack. Vaha's Dawn ×1, 1,000 contribution XP and a title as well. So there's a challenge related to this dungeon as well, guys. Basically, it just says here on the Corrupted Yolan Dagger, defeat the end boss, acquire the knowledge on the Corrupted Yolan Dagger, and that's going to give you 2 Prodigy chests as well. Let's take a look at the dev notes right here. It says, Black Desert's second co-op dungeon after Valmakia, Atoraxxion Sycrakea is finally unveiled. Unlike Valmakia, Atoraxxion's first biome, adventurers will be able to encounter the bosses guarding each of Sycrakea. Each boss has its own unique pattern that will test your mettle, and you will encounter more of those thread puzzles signature to Atoraxxion along the way. Sycrakea holds a total of 7 delightful threads, 5 of which you shall run into while completing the main questline. Do note that one of those 5 threads is required to move on to the next area. Once you defeat the bosses and unravel these threads, you will ultimately make your way to Psyche's Cradle, where you will find Maleficent Centelutos. The core mechanic of Centelutos lies in the electrical currents. This is directly connected to the power supply devices all over Psyche's Cradle, as you can control the amount of electrical power that is also supplied to Centelutos, which will determine just how much safer and easier your encounter will be. Also, you'll need to work together with your party members, especially depending on the state of Maleficent Centelutos. We designed Sycrakea to be slightly more difficult compared to Valmakia, and we can guarantee that those adventurers who dare take their chances on entering Sycrakea will suffer many deaths even before reaching Psyche's Cradle. Guys, I'm going to do a drop of video pretty shortly talking about my experience with Atoraxxion, the first dungeon, and going over it. We're going to talk about the good things, the bad things, and maybe some constructive feedback for what they maybe could have done better or something like that. It's a video I probably should have dropped a little while ago, but I've been meaning to do it. Just been a little bit busy, but that video is coming out pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that one. Alright guys, on top of that, now we've got Caphs level 10 has been dropped into the game, so you guys can upgrade your gear now to Caphs level 10. For those of you who aren't sure, Caphs, basically you can put them into your weapons and they increase different stats, AP, DP, accuracy, things like this, right? So put them in there. So Caphs level 10, guys, just so you're aware, Caphs level 10 is going to require a lot of Caphs, billions of silver worth of Caphs, so just a heads up with that. Character changes, guys, not really too much. Basically what we got is just like a lot of just the summoning, right? So the summons have been changed so that they're going to vanish when they hit wooden fences, whatever that means. So that's pretty much the same for all of these. Shy, again, same with the summons. Nova's got a couple of different ones, but most of it is just like fixing issues. Things weren't really working the way that they should have been working. You guys can pause the screen if you want to have a quick read of that. Corsair's the same deal. There was an issue where Corsair would stay in Mermaid stage when after doing Simple Alchemy or something like that. Item changes, guys, not really much to go over here. Basically just some outfit changes with Striker, Warrior, things like that. Moonlight Shard, item description changes. Like nothing really too crazy. The one thing that we do need to note though is the drop rate for the Dead Tree Essence that you can get while lumbering Dry Tree Moss has been increased by 20%. They've also increased the price of this on the central market by 20%. And they've increased the upper limit price of the Spirit Perfume Elixir by 30% on the central market as well. For those of you who do alchemy, instead of just using a violet flower, you can now use a purple, pink flower, yellow flower, sky blue flower, and a blue or a normal blue flower instead of the violet flower. This is all the flowers that you use to make the Spirit Perfume Elixir. So you guys, a little bit of a quality of life change there for you guys, make your life a little bit easier. We've increased the number of places you can obtain the Spirit Perfume Elixir in addition to the amount that you can obtain, so that we can better supply adventurers with Spirit Perfume Elixirs. Also, we not only made it possible for you to use other flowers in place of the violet flower as a crafting material, but we also reduced the time it takes for them to reappear. We're also looking at ways to improve the remaining ingredient, the Fruit of Nature. All right, there you go. Crow's Merchant Guild Contribution Certificate 1 and 2 have been fixed so that only one reward item, so that you only get one item per certificate. Monster changes. They've added some ranged attack to these monsters here. So for each of these kind of monsters in different areas, they're now going to have a bit of a ranged attack. Quest and knowledge changes, nothing really too crazy. It's just talking about the stuff they've added to Atoraxxion. UI changes, the only one that really matters is the guild skills can now be registered on the ring menu. And other changes right here, nothing really crazy, just like fixing bugs and things like that, changing names, descriptions, all that sort of stuff. Pause the screen if you guys want to have a read of that. Alright guys, so the event that's related to the new dungeon that's come out, Atoraxxion, is called Get to Atoraxxion Sycrakea. Basically, they're just enticing people to go and do this dungeon. And they're giving you guys a free entry into there as well. With the first one, then they didn't do this. You had to actually go and get all the ingredients and make the key yourself to get in there. And this is called the Talibres tier. So all you need to do, guys, is just log into the game and you're going to be able to get one of these from your challenge rewards tab. You can just collect the Talibres tier. There you go. There's one free entry into Atoraxxion. Use it now, save it for later, whatever you want to do. You've got a free entry in there as well as that. Guys, to enter Atoraxxion, just so you know, you need to have a level 60 or higher character, and you need to have completed this quest here, Invitation from I, that you get from the Black Spirit. And after you've done that, you can enter. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. On top of that, you can also get one Talibres tier for 200 loyalties from the loyalty store, so make sure you guys go ahead, check that out. You get 200 loyalties every day, so pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Go and get yourself one of those. That's 2 free entries into Atoraxxion dungeon. There's another quest here for completing the actual dungeon. So you're going to get this quest here, Sycra's Ancient Weapon, and you're going to get that from this dude Eden in the Ancient Stone Chamber. Basically, he wants you to have knowledge on the end boss, which is the Centalutos, and basically once you've completed that, you're going to get 1,000 contribution XP, and you're going to get this statue here that you can put into your residence, which looks like that. Kind of cool, don't mind it, but something for you guys to do if you wanted to get an extra reward for completing the dungeon, if that's something you guys are interested in doing. So that's the patch notes, guys. It's the first part of the patch notes. Worked out pretty well, not really too long, but make sure you guys are in for the second round of patch notes, where we're going to talk about Season Plus and all the events related to Season Plus. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Appreciate y'all for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are going to be doing the second stage of Atoraxxion. I'm curious to hear how many people are actually going to be doing it. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, guys, and make sure you hit the bell button so you get notified when future videos drop. Appreciate y'all. Have a great day. See you in the next one. And they've increased the upper limit price of the Spirit Perfume Elixir by 30% on the Central Market as well.